And then we also wanted to talk to you a little bit about the other one here. This one that you can see is called what?
Education is power.
Okay, so this is the project that I started with Stephen and some other people from Kimende because I came here on an exchange program. I'll read it once and then you can repeat it after me. So, eradicate extreme poverty and hunger.
Eradicate extreme poverty and hunger.
And goal number 2, achieve universal primary education.
Achieve universal primary education.
Okay, so these two goals are at the top. They're very important. So first of all, we know that there is an issue of extreme poverty. And someone was asking me, what's the difference between extreme poverty and poverty? Anybody have an idea? So thank you guys. Okay, so now we're coming to the end of the day. It's about 4 o'clock. We've been at it since 8 in the morning and we've reached well over 1,000 people, all students from the Kimende in Kenya. And I feel like just great to have been a part of this and really happy to be able to have shared this with them and happy to have had like so many of them be able to give me like good support towards it and feel like, yeah, what we're doing, they think we can achieve it. If they think we can achieve it, I think we can achieve it because that's the way we can do it. So these Millennium Development Goals, they're a step towards a sustainable future, and that's what we're telling everybody, and it's great to be a part of it. So poa sana, imifrahi kuwa hapa kwa kuongea na Malengo Goal.
My name is Agnes Dabrio Mungai. I'm a teacher by profession. Well, the student received the issue of the campaign with a lot of gratitude, more so be it that they have never had anything like that before. They knew about the goals, but practically they had never seen that before. They were very much enlightened by the way you presented everywhere, by the plate cards, with the drawings and everything, and the whole organization. They were very much enlightened and they learned a lot. The objective 3 of the Millennium Goals of Development dealing with gender was well received, not only by the girls who were there during the campaign, during the startup campaign, but also with the gents or the men who were there. One, they appreciated the issue of how the girl child has been given a chance to be enrolled in most of the primary schools and the secondary schools. More so being given that the education in Kenya is free. We learned with concern that there are so many girls who have been enrolled in primary schools. Also, the school at Pleasant Valley High School, the population of the girls or women is higher than that one of the boys. Also, in the locality, women have been given a chance. Go to some areas, you find most of the maendereos are based on women. Go to the shopping center, Kimende Shopping Center. The small businesses, most of the small businesses are run by women. And the other end up at the end of the day, after getting the resources what they get from what their sales, the skooma, the cabbage, the potatoes, they have a merry-go-round at least to eradicate their poverty. This has even helped in the living standards of the area. So I do believe with the goal 3, if women are empowered, our country is going to move ahead, starting with our local community. Despite that they are not sidelined, they need to know more. The little that they know have helped them to grow that far. All in all, I'd request if such issues or people who are enlightened with these goals like Steve and the others would educate the women from the grassroots on how to open up to these ideas so that they can be empowered on how to get knowledge, to get more loans from the banks or other circles which can help them grow and earn more. Sure, education is power. Without education, you are baseless. And education, however basic it is power. Education is an opener. There is nowhere where you can go without education. be it knowing how to read and write. That's the basic thing that every Kenyan citizen goes for. And I do believe that is why the government made it free for everybody to be enlightened. Secondly, education is power, because if the youth we have today can get educated, not only with the basic, but also to other levels of secondary school and tertiary levels, I think they'll get not only to white collar jobs, but also to other businesses that can earn them some income. For me, I believe education is power. Kenyan people, most of the Kenyan people, we cannot afford a meal a day. The level of poverty in Kenya is very, very high. And that is why most youth only get the basic education. We only have fairly few as compared with the Kenyan population. With the statistics that we had taken in the last census season, the population is very high and the gap between the rich and the poor is very wide, such that the poor are so many and very few get access to secondary or college or university education. So it's hard. It's not that easy to get to that level because of the poverty line that is within the local people. Here in Kemende, we have lots and lots of youth who have only got the basic education, but they cannot make it to go to secondary schools, to go to college, however simple colleges are, or to go to university due to the poverty line. The sources of income are too little for them to feed on, to get the basic necessities like food, and to move to that level. I think the birth rate, if I would talk about the birth rate, it has become so high such that due to poverty, the rate of young people getting marriage and engaging to other factors that can resort to high population has become too high, that you get a young family, like maybe an age of between 20 to 20, they have 3 kids, and yet despite getting the kids, they cannot educate them. That's why we are getting the poverty line becoming wider and wider and wider.
And there are a lot of young people who are not able to go to school out of that.
Yes, a family or a couple can get children and they are not able to educate them. And if they are able to educate them only at the basic level, they cannot take them anywhere further. That is where, to some extent, we go borrowing donors, we go asking for assistance from other people, because despite the population is high, deep into the youth, there are others who are out to move further given a chance. Well, I do believe that everybody who is willing to be educated or to acquire however minimal it is from education should come on board to this charitable organization based on education is power. Look at someone like Dave. Dave has come all the way from Canada to come and deal with these issues. At our basic level, we might not see it being so big, but I do believe if everybody would support this charitable organization at any level given a chance, will be to his or her beneficiary, because it will be an opener to other levels of education, be it college, institutions, or university, the highest level one could go. I would request the developed countries, America, Canada, Australia, and other countries that is willing to assist the less developed countries, Kenya inclusive, to open up the youth that we have to empower education, so that one time we will be like them, to respect and honor education, give the return they have to support the youths in non-developed countries, so that they can also develop and acquire that knowledge which will help them grow. And request those ones who are going to be beneficiaries to accept whatever they are given with good heart and manipulate it, so that once they acquire that education, they'll come back to the community and educate the others. These things should repeat and reoccur again. What they inquire, when they learn from there, issues related to eradication of poverty, they come and practice it. We don't see any need for someone who is learning, having a family that he or she cannot educate. So we would request the youth the youth, the community. They accept charitable organization like this one, which is being driven by Dave and others, and when they acquire that education, they come back and help to eradicate the problems which are there in the society, and in that way they are going to grow. An evil mind is the workshop of the devil. When those youth lie down in the village, they do a lot of nothing that can help them grow. They engage themselves in issues related to drinking. They take a lot of alcohol that is cheaply sold in the communities or at the back of the town. Back streets of the town. They also engage in drug taking. Some drugs have been taken by the youth, not because they like, not because they want, but because they are idle and they have very little that they can do. Also, they do a lot of nothing. We see young girls getting married earlier before their age because they are idle. They have nothing to do. And they go on at the bus station. Now Dave, together with all those who have gathered here, I would make it as a summary on the issues that I've talked about. And more so, I would summarize on, I wish all the youth in the whole world and everybody would stand up and support the issues of eradicating poverty in the world. Also, I wish everybody in the world would stand up and stop the issue of gender inequality. Everybody should be leveled. We are all created in God's image and equal before the eyes of the Lord. So I would inquire whether men and women will be equalized in terms of resources and in terms of education. Nobody should be sidelined in any way, be it a girl child, be it a boy child. Lastly, I wish everybody, the youth of Kenya, the youth of Kimende, the youth of Fadi where we are today, would stand up and support this charitable organization based on education is power, because when everybody is educated, we are going to eradicate some of the problems, more so the ones that are highlighted. I'm so glad to be with you and to be a part of this interview, and I hope everybody is going to stand up and support education is power.